What's up, guys? It's the Wolf coming at you with new information. Well, I digress. Not necessarily new information, but information I've definitely already put up in bits and pieces, and I'm going to try to cover the whole Monchichi, if you will, right here. So, this particular video is going to be labeled the 5-star U.S. citizen passport and the 5-star U.S. national passport. Now, that being said, you guys, can you back up a little bit, just a little close, a little too close for my comfort. Okay, over this way a little bit. All right. So, what's the difference? What is this all about? Okay, so if this is your first time to my channel, definitely hit that bell, like, and subscribe, and hold on to your seat because we're about to cover a lot of information, and there's a whole lot more information on my channel. So, if you're looking for anything specific, go to the main website on YouTube and Google information there. You can follow all the videos in chronological order for those people who are like, oh, I'm all lost. They're all numbered there, blah, 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 okay? Also, for those people out there who have seen videos out there where other people are using my material, probably without my consent, if they're using it in a bad way, definitely feel free to report those people, especially if they are doing something in a negative way, calling us sovereign citizens or whatever else. That is not what we're about. We are U.S. nationals as declared by the Department of State, and if they don't know that, well, then they're just morons in the first place. So I digress. Let's get back to it. I want to thank everybody for supporting the channel. We're almost at 10,000, so congratulations to everybody. We are right there. I know we're going to do it by the end of this month. We only have like 100 and some odd, maybe 200 to go, so you can do it. All right, so what is the difference? Well, now this is educational information only. We are non-belligerent, non-combatants, as described and declared by the Department of State, non-U.S. citizens, nationals, okay? Non-U.S. citizens, U.S. nationals, or non-U.S. Citizens, nationals, state citizens, American nationals, those all mean the same things. So for the love of God, if any of you people are out there, if you guys want to call yourselves sovereign citizens, that's fine, but there is no such legal classification. That's why cops and judges and whoever else give you a hard time, and they like to label people like us who are in our correct standing as non-U.S. nationals as sovereign citizens, which is not the case. We are absolutely 100% not. Not me and not the people who are doing it correctly. The people who are doing it incorrectly and who are doing damage and who are terrorizing people in places and things, those would be sovereign citizens who think they are completely above the law, okay, and don't have to answer to anybody and can do whatever they want. They clearly are not self-governing, which is the difference between us non-U.S. nationals, state citizens. And for the morons out there who don't know this information, I highly suggest you do some reading, contact the Department of State, or, I don't know, get a passport and look at the bottom of the declaration section on there, and it says, I declare under penalty of perjury that I'm a U.S. citizen or a non-citizen national, or a non-citizen U.S. national. So, booyah, before you guys going out there. And once again, if you guys see anybody using this information in a negative way, feel free to report them to YouTube because they are inciting hate and misinformation. Now, that being said, this entire video and everything on my YouTube is educational information only, so always do your own research. Now, let's get down to business. All right, so we now know through trial and error, education only, that there are two classifications on the passport, which this part is accurate. Either a U.S. citizen, which is a citizen of the corporation, or a non-U.S. national, which is somebody of the geographical United States of America and under that Constitution. Each one of those has two different constitutions that you can abide by, including your own state. Your state has a constitution. Washington, D.C. has its own constitution. The United States of America, the agreement of all the states being together, has a constitution. Which one are you under? That's where you belong, okay? And you belong in actually both, all right? Because as the law states, all U.S. citizens are U.S. nationals, but not all U.S. nationals are U.S. citizens. Okay, so if they call you a citizen, you are in fact a U.S. national. That's what it says. And we already discussed this under 8 U.S.C. 1101-22 code. So look it up for those morons out there who don't know what's going on. Okay? Note what status you're in before running your mouths. All right, that being said, a U.S. citizen, we now have seen that the way they fill out their passport has been able to get up to 5 stars. A non-U.S. citizen or non-U.S. citizen national can get up to 5 stars. But what do they really mean? Well, we've been able to see that typically if you have a 5-star, either way that you're considered a either no threat or a really reduced threat individual. Now, like I said, this is not in writing anywhere. This is just from an observation that we've done over the years to see how people who have had these certain statuses, if you will, go through certain checkpoints, especially like your TSAs and your dockyards or whatever, have been treated, where people have been treated better, we'll just say, who have had 5 versus somebody who's had 3 or 2. Now, once you file your paperwork the correct way, that does not mean that you have to have a 5-star. So I apologize for some of the information we talked about earlier on because we didn't know and we assumed, but we were working on it. Well, like I said, we can now say that once you file your paperwork the correct way, you get your status, okay? But the stars kind of then tell inside people only if you're somebody that they should probably check more often. Now, we could be wrong. Okay, because even the article from the embassy that I read said, we are aware that the stars exist, but officially they're not there. Okay, so they see them, and they know that certain people get different ones, but even they admit they don't know what they are. So if you're somebody out there who knows exactly what they are, even though I've been given some inside information that I can't validate from an anonymous party about that information, I can't say that that is exactly 100% true. And you know what? At this point, who cares? You have your status, that's what's important. So yes, you can be a 3-star non-citizen U.S. national or 5 or whatever else. But because you have 5 on there or 3 or 4 does not make you a U.S. national or a non-citizen U.S. national, okay? We talked about that. So if you want to know for sure what your status is, either you do when your passport expires, that's when you should update your information, start brand new with the brand new DS11 and do it the proper way. However, if you don't want to do that or you don't have time, you just want to see where you're at right now, remember guys, all the information that's in their database, as long as it's not considered, a security thing, you can do an FOIA or Freedom of Information Act and find out what status it is. So, that being the case guys, those are the differences between the statuses that are depicted on the passport card and book and or application. Understand this, police officers and other functionaries will just say they do not know what those stars mean. Only the people at certain checkpoints, and we know this for a fact because they check to see, and my guy A6 out there got to experience the difference between those statuses and see, whereas sometimes you were more so checked with this status and then suddenly you're checked less with another status. But like I said, this is not concrete evidence. This is just trial and error because once again, according to my inside person, that the true information on that they will never reveal because that in fact is considered a security thing. So even though we are alleging, we are assuming, we are guesstimating by responses, almost like rats in a maze, the key thing here is getting your stats and not worrying about what the stars or asterisks or whatever actually mean. Okay, well, we'll never know. They will never tell us. And if my guess is correct, because I know they watch my channel, love you guys, they will probably phase out those stars at some point in time, and it will be all completely encoded. And I know this to be a fact because they've made other changes because of my channel and information that was alluded to. And things before me, they've also changed. Like the old days when the original 20-some-year-old DS11 was first out, they changed number 11 from being are you a state citizen or a U.S. citizen to now just are you a U.S. citizen and put down your spouse information. Okay, that's one of the things that have changed over the years. Not necessarily saying that they were trying to hide it, but they just really want to make sure that you include an explanatory statement to declare yourself the proper way. God bless their little hearts. So, that being said, guys, so yes, for those people who don't believe that there are different classifications of citizens and nationalities, including your own family nationality, think again. look on the passport. There are diplomatic passports issued to different nations and dignitaries and embassy leaders and whatever else. So there are multiple types of different passports out there for different situations. Just because you apply for a passport as a U.S. citizen and you don't read the information that you signed under perjury, and the next option was a non-citizen U.S. national. So let's break down that word again. So you're a non-citizen. Wait for it. Can't wait for the morons out there to go, stupid wolf. So you're a non-citizen, but a U.S. national. Okay. Well, the passport says they can only give their passport out or issue to U.S. or citizens of the United States. So guess what? Both those citizenships have to be citizens of the United States. Look up the code I talked about. You'll see it in there. Oh, and by the way, I would suggest going to Cornell Law EDU so you can see what the hyperlinks are. Not just reading somebody's, other paperwork where you can't analyze or see what the hyperlink says about that particular word. The devil's in the detail. So that's about it, guys. Hope you guys got some knowledge out of this. Don't forget to hit that bell, like, subscribe on the way out. I will talk to you guys later. More information has come. Don't forget to check out Black Site 32. And for those people who don't know about it, my personal channel is the Badwolf Media channel. I'm going to be bringing you guys a whole lot more information outside of this area. And, it's going to be good. Talk to you guys later. And that's on YouTube. Later.